Hey guys, today's video is about people pleasing and chronic pain. People pleasing is actually the state of fawn. So it's a survival state. You may have heard of freeze and fawn as the shutdown states. And fawn is the one that's like, you want people to like you, and so you shut down part of yourself to be accepted or to feel safe. This can happen in childhood where you might have gotten the message that other people's opinions are more important than yours and you should do things to be liked, and it's very important to have other people like you. And it actually totally makes sense. It's actually very important to us in the survival context to be accepted and loved by people so that we don't have to survive on our own, get kicked out of the tribe, and die in the jungle alone. So this is a primitive reaction that we have, wanting to be liked, but we can really be trained to become people pleasers. And especially women, people raised as women, a lot of times are raised to repress their feelings, repress their anger, especially to be a good girl, to be nice. Many people who identify with being empathic can also find that they have a lot of people-pleasing tendencies. This state of fawn involves being very attentive to other people's cues. So if you walk into a room, you might be focused on how other people are looking and what they're saying and picking up on their emotions more than focused on your own body and how you're feeling. So because this state of fawn is a survival state, it's a nervous system state, it changes the physiology of your body and the efficiency of your body. And it's not in a calm rest and repair state when you're in fawn. So if you're constantly worried about what other people are thinking about you and if they like you or not, which is, geez, you guys, definitely how I was raised and what I internalized as something very important to me. So I can relate with fawn. I didn't realize I was living my whole life in fawn. So once you realize that it's this chronic stress to your nervous system to be in fawn, and then there's that tendency when you're with other people to put their needs above your own and to basically tune out your own needs, your own body, then hopefully that makes sense to see why this fawn state can lead to chronic pain. So I want to offer you a couple of tips if you are resonating with being a people pleaser. These are some things that I feel like have really helped me, so I want to share them with you. The first is to really start to see that you cannot please everyone. You cannot really control anyone else's emotions. Their emotions are based on what they think. And there's this analogy of like being a peach. If you were a perfect peach, juicy, round, perfect peach, there are some people that just don't like peaches. So realizing that, even if you were like happy and lovely and kind to everyone, there could be someone that is annoyed by that because they are in a depressed mood and your happiness rubs them the wrong way. So it's actually more a reflection of what other people are thinking and how they're thinking about themselves, the way that they react to you. It has less to do with you and more to do with their own thoughts and constructs. The second piece of advice I have is to start checking in with yourself. You might find that when someone asks you to do something and you don't really want to do it, but you say, yes, I'm happy to, that you get a certain feeling in your body. Maybe it kind of contracts or your stomach hurts. So become familiar with the sense of when you are people pleasing, when you're not saying something that's in alignment with what you really believe, when you're giving at your own expense, and starting to notice these times that you're people pleasing and just check in with yourself. You can even put your hand on your heart or on your chest, take a couple of deep breaths, and ask yourself what you need. ask yourself what feels good to you. Ask yourself if it does feel good for you to commit to bringing 24 homemade cookies. Or if you could just say, thank you so much for thinking of me. I'm not going to be able to hand make the cookies, but maybe I could buy them, or maybe I could bring something else, or maybe I'm not even planning on going, but thanks for the thought. Brene Brown talks about a lot of ways that you can just tell people no and not even give them an explanation, which is sometimes hard if you're a people pleaser because you may tend to over-explain things. But if you can remember that no matter how hard you try, you're not going to please everyone, and to start checking in with yourself and what feels good to you, you can reverse this survival state of fawn, help your body get more to that regulated rest and repair state so that you can heal and feel better in your body.